actually slightly bigger. Those are now real posters sold in the store.
Hey.
So if you'd like
Jeremy,
one,
when'd you get so blurry?
yeah. Jeremy, get in focus.
Come on.
If you'd like one,
Oh, I'm in focus.
go to roosterteeth.com/store or whatever website. There's like a million ways to get there.
Store.roosterteeth.com.
That's another way to get there.
Dude, he's fantastic.
I never like watched or listened to Bo Burnham before I met Lindsay because she was a fan. She introduced me to him, and she listened to a bunch of like his CDs or whatever, you know, in the car and stuff like that. And she had a poster of him signed by him that she got somewhere. I don't know where.
Yeah.
I don't know if she actually met him or it was just like a signed poster that she got. I'm not sure, but she had it, and we never really hung it up. And it was at her apartment. And then she moved in with me, and it was at our apartment. And then we moved into the second apartment. And it was there, and then finally moving into the house. Like this thing was in the garage forever, and we were talking about like moving all our posters and stuff like that. And she's got the signed poster, and we're like,
Don't look him in the eyes.
And we're like, I'm like, oh, what do you want to do? Oof.
No one even saw what happened.
No one
Yeah.
Jeff put his finger in Jack's water, and the worst part is you don't know where that finger's been.
Yeah,
He
drank Trevor's beer. Put his finger in Jack's water.
I'm more worried
I'll give
about
you-
his finger than
I'll give
his
you
mouth.
one guess. Rhymes with Mavin Free.
Ooh, he's back?
Yeah, well,
I
he
just
didn't,
don't watch.
he didn't say it was today,
enough.
Jeremy.
Yeah, it just happens enough that it stays.
Yeah.
Say it was today.
He's coated with Gavin
It
Free.
just stays.
But
yeah.
we're moving in the house. I'm like, what do you want to do with it? You're done with it. It's like, what do you want to do with this Bo Burnham poster? And she's like, you know, let's throw it out. What? And I was like, why are you like? It's signed. You're like a big fan. Like you don't want to save it. And she's like, I used to listen to him and blah 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 blah, but I haven't really lately. I'll just scrap it. And then like 2 months later, she's like, probably shouldn't have thrown away that poster. Yeah, she just fucking threw it away.
Jesus Christ, I've got a stack of about 100 movie posters.
Give me
that
them, I'll throw them away.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just shredded
Toss
at
them
your
on
house.
over. Yeah, no,
like-
I think she just literally may have thrown it in the dumpster.
Just put it on eBay
at
or
the
something.
apartment
Like
complex.
someone
It
will
was
buy
just like,
that.
Thanks, Bo.
That's what
I
I'm
really enjoyed my childhood with you.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yo.
I can't be on the podcast today.
Yeah?
Just letting you know.
You want to pull up a chair and not be on the
can't,
podcast?
or,
Okay, dude, you're not gonna suck me in like you normally do.
we got
I'm not gonna let you do
We
that
got
to
you
me.
last time.
Yeah,
Dude,
we
I
sucked
will-
him in by he just walked up and sat
We
down.
sucked him in
yeah.
by having the bar, okay?
Look at him talking.
Yeah,
Little dude.
Trevor's going. Lot of
That
comments
works.
like, you know,
Strikeout time.
Trevor needs to talk more on the podcast. Trevor, go for it.
What's up?
Period. Moving on.
Done.
What's up?
Let Trevor talk.
Good talking.
Let him
right there.
talk.
Yeah.
Tell us every little thing.
Tell us all the little things.
What's been going on with you, Trevor?
How's your personal life?
People know the least about you.
Yeah. What were your
Everyone
hobbies,
here.
Trevor?
My hobbies?
Yeah, how
Like,
old
what
are
do
your
you- when
parents?
you're
what are the
not-
first in line?
What's your weird sex
Yeah.
thing?
It's
Like Gavin likes golden
It's like
showers.
15 of my like girlfriend's
For
dad.
him.
Yeah. Your girlfriend's 15? Is that what you said?
No, it's like 15 of my girlfriend's dad. Like, what do you do in your personal life? What's your hobbies? What's your
15 girlfriends.
I met one of them.
Wait,
She's
what?
nice.
Trevor's like, my point's not going to get
yeah.
across.
When you add them all up, they're legal.
Boy, howdy. Boy, howdy. I'm glad you're on that end. Of the
That's some
table.
that's an Indiana right there.
You don't want a dude hugging you that's saying that.
Yeah.
they'll be
Jack,
legal
Jack,
together.
Jack's immune to it. I imagine Jack is much like my mother is with me. It just bounces off.
We got your kids.
boo-boos?
Speaking of
Yeah.
speaking of cats, I got
fights.
some distressing news.
What's that?
Oh yeah, what's up? What's up?
Made an appointment to take my cat to the vet
Uh-oh.
yesterday, and realized she's gone.
Huh?
What?
She
What?
did
How long have you had that cat?
like 4 years, 3 years.
Wow.
Not
A
to
long time.
like be insensitive, but have you checked the
had it at
local
the
car
gym.
washes? Maybe
Or
I've driven the neighborhood.
see
I've
if
looked.
anybody left
I've
anything.
looked. I've looked
around.
for.
That's the worst
I've
thing you
looked
can do
for
is
street
drive.
stains.
yeah.
Behind the wheel.
Found it.
Yeah, they're
Dude, there were like midnight last night, right as I was going to bed, 2 cats fucking having it out, like right outside my house. Like I couldn't tell if it was one cat being eaten or if it was actually 2 cats. So they were either 2 cats fighting or they were banging.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
banging.
My mother goes, the cats were probably just having sex, and I'm like, one of them was probably having sex. One of them was getting raped. I imagine that's what it sounded like.
One of them was getting sexed.
Yeah, it was
Having it and
harrowing.
getting it.
I told Lindsay this morning because she didn't hear it last night, and it was one of those like, better not mention it, just because like that's just not gonna be. It's not my cat. There's no point in telling her about it.
Yeah.
I tell her this morning, literally, she goes, "You didn't go outside and check?" Yeah, I ran into the streets at midnight for someone
Where
else's
is it?
cat.
John, put on a condom.
Hey,
It is when 2 dogs will fuck, and then the boy dog has a penis, his dick will
Sometimes
swell
they're
up,
both boy dogs.
and they get
a
stuck.
lot of times.
And then like there was for 2 days in my neighborhood, there were 2 dogs that had sex and they got stuck together and they got flipped around so they were facing the other way. And they just walked around the neighborhood like that and nobody could get close enough to them because they were both incredibly uncomfortable. And so you was just like you'd see them, you'd be like, oh, there goes the dogs that are stuck together again. And then eventually
like a week
the
later?
swelling subsided and they were fine.
Eventually, Jeff got in his car and he's like, "He's gonna take care of her, or I will."
Yeah.
We'll get one of
I
them.
can fix this. I know this. Anyway, find my cat.
Yeah, sure. Hey,
All right.
Griffin and Millie care. And they're gonna make.
So what's the
Millie goes, Griffin cares a lot because Griffin and the cat get along. Millie goes, probably dead. And Griffin goes, excuse me? She goes, I'm just being realistic. Cat's probably dead. It's time to move on.
So are you putting?
And Griffin's like,
Jeez.
no. Griffin's like, you're a sociopath. Like, you're not getting another cat. You're a serial killer.
The question is,
like, well, I mean, I'm upset. I'm totally upset. But the cat was kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
are you putting a reward out for the cat?
We'll see. I miss the cat. I don't
See how
know.
it goes.
A signature.
Yeah. I'm even checking like Town Link Animal Shelter and
You
stuff.
might want to
Yeah.
check Millie's
I actually care.
closet.
Yeah.
I actually
got a
care.
box.
Okay, just
Cat-sized
making
mouse
sure.
I look,
Any
I look for
freshly
any,
dug
like,
dirt,
yeah,
you know?
freshly, any
Going back to the
disturbed
sociopath.
Is the cat chipped? Does it have a collar?
The cat has a collar, but it's a breakaway collar, and it breaks away a lot. So last time I saw her,
no,
she had a
no.
collar.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, guys, I gotta get back to work. I can't be on the podcast today.
Yeah.
Sorry.
right, thanks,
I'm
guys.
not gonna leave though. I'm gonna stand over here. I'm gonna
Okay. Hey, check out our
Don't
new.
talk. You don't have to talk to me.
I won't talk to you past this point though, but check out our new poster.
The posters.
Oh, are they in?
Yeah. That's an official poster you can buy in the store.
I can buy this in the
Roosterteeth.com/store.
Right now,
What store would I go to?
Store.roosterteeth.com or roosterteeth.com/store.
either one works. Either one works, man. Those URLs, we got them all.
I think it's roosterteeth.com/store.
I think either one works.
Either one. Oh,
Do they both work?
I know
me
for a
try it.
fact roosterteeth.com/store works.
If only I had the internet in my pocket right now.
I also, whenever I want to check the store, I go to Google and I type RT store because I'm lazy, and that's the first result. So you can do that too.
There you go.
There's no retweet store, so it's not really
You
a
can
problem.
get there if you want to get there.
Yeah, you type
right.
Rooster Teeth.
Store.roosterteeth.com. Look, it even says right there.
Click on it.
Okay, he's testing it.
There we
Testing it.
go.
Okay, it
All
works.
right, you go to.
It works.
As I was saying, store.roosterteeth.com or
Laser Team,
roosterteeth.com/store.
Ruby,
It's whatever you
Cheetah
prefer.
Hunter.
Let's see what we can
Those
buy.
Go to
guys?
roosterteeth.com and hit the store
Look, you
link.
can
Oh,
buy
look, right
that
there.
thing.
The top of
first
it right
thing we
now.
came in.
You can buy
I don't know
this
if you can
shirt
see
I'm
it.
wearing right now.
Oh,
wait, look at
can't
he's practicing.
believe
Check
it.
your
Oh,
link.
that's look at my phone. It looks just like a phone. Oh, there we go.
Is
There
it the
you go.
cursing and foul language one as well?
Oh
Yeah, they're both
Sure,
there.
when did you
See,
become a
there's the
phone?
two of them right there.
They're sold separate.
Look how small they are. They're bigger than this when you order
People will
them.
buy them. How much are they?
They
$12
are $9.95
each.
a piece.
$9.95 each. All right.
Wait, what?
No,
How much are they?
they're $9.95.
Oh my god.
Well,
they
you said the
sale.
wrong price.
No, it was that price when I checked. Maybe
Oh,
they're
they
like
already
marked
gone
off or
down.
something.
Oh shit, they're dropping in price. Buy
Oh
multiples.
shit! Maybe
making a liar out of
we
you.
didn't sell enough since the beginning of the podcast. Jeff, Jesus
thing
Christ!
moves.
I saw him lean, and the whole set just
Oh
went
my
backwards. So the thing about the set is it's on wheels, and I'm assuming they unlock
most
them
bars.
when it's.
We're not
in
actually in a
place.
bar.
Yeah.
Jeremy,
Yeah.
shut up.
Spoiler.
Oh, sorry, the whole bar's on wheels.
There you go. That makes more sense.
They actually just roll us
Hey, hot
into a
dog.
bar.
Yeah, somebody found him.
Not in the podcast.
No, he's not in.
He's
not
back
in.
there killing cats.
He's back there working
And so, like, seeing the new.
for reshoots.
Guys, I'm not on the podcast. I just want to jump in real fast. I also heard if you sign up for what is it, YouTube Red?
That's what it's called yet?
For 30 days for free, you become a card-carrying communist.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The red scare.
Different kind
Got
of
that going
red.
for you too.
Different kind of red.
But it's free.
It's free for the first 30 days.
Normally there's a member.
If a cat has multiple kittens, you call it a litter, right?
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
litter of kittens.
Yeah, yeah.
But cats pee in litter.
Yes.
So that's the equivalent of
pee-
if you had twins, that would be a toilet of humans. Right?
I guess.
Yeah,
That's what was just going through my brain.
generally, I mean, it's a litter box, but you are correct. You pour the litter in the box. People just generally say litter box.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that helps it's like
But they're like
differentiate
shitting
it.
it, so it's like toilet water of humans.
Fan art.
Yeah.
Toilet
See a
water.
box
toilet of
full
humans.
of kittens
Did
with
someone
cat
say
names
that?
on it.
That angle's so awesome because it's just,
It's like Jack's got a second head sometimes.
Oh, there it is.
What are you guys doing over there? You guys-
It's like
come to
you
this
guys-
bar office.
He's like that guy at the bar that just eavesdrops and like just
Yeah.
yells his way in. He's like, no.
Like that fucking
gotta
guy
go
in
to
New
the-
York.
Oh my
That
God.
fucking pizza guy in New York who's like, hey, Like, look at me. You wouldn't think I'm a star.
follows
What do you
around
think?
the
I bet you're wondering why I'm wearing this suit. Nope. Nuh-uh. No. Dude, there's a guy.
Wearing a suit. We're in fucking downtown New York.
There's a fucking
Wear a suit.
guy in his underwear playing the guitar right outside in the middle of Times Square. I'm not wondering why a guy in New York City is wearing a fucking suit. No.
Cowboy.
Yeah,
me
Nick
tell
Cowboy.
you.
Cowboy. We went on a lot of trips last year, man.
Last year was the only year we did it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we
it's
started
like-
it
We got
last
some
year.
good stuff out of that.
It was good until Jeff destroyed that hotel.
Yeah, he's real asshole.
Savage animal idiot.
Right?
He's a real jerk.
My favorite thing about that, like post that video and then us talking about people overreacting about it was, I think it was during RTX Australia. I want to say it was.
Yeah.
I retweeted it. Somebody said something along the lines of like, at RTX Australia, super excited, trash in my hotel room, like I learned from Jeff. And it's a video where the guy literally is just filming. He picks up a controller off the counter, literally bends down and like drops it 1 inch off the ground onto the floor, and that's the whole video.
That's about right.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that guy got the joke.
Yeah.
Cool.
Here's the question, though. If Jeff could have gotten that iron out the window, would he have dropped it I have a feeling he may have done it by accident. Like, shit,
No.
shit, you know?
I think
Accident.
Because he got very close.
He got
a
very
couple times.
close. I think like at the last, when he was jiggling it, it did open, and Jeff saw like, oh, I'm gonna kill someone. I guess I'll pull it back in. And I feel like that's why he decided, I'll just dangle the cord out the window.
Yeah.
And then he threw the cord out. I did think 100% he was gonna throw your jacket out the window.
Yeah.
Because he like threw it, and it was kind of like uncoiling as it went out, and at the last second he just like grabbed the sleeve and pulled it back in. There's definitely
If
lines.
there was a kitten in there, man, that kitten's fucked. It's right out the window.
He goes, if I grab it, I do. If I don't,
There we go.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
the
pretty
video.
much. Yes, this is Jeff.
Jeff, quote unquote, trashing the room.
Politely almost flinging stuff out the window.
He took him 3 tries to throw a
Oh,
pencil
look
out
at that!
the
Look at
window.
that remote.
No, that was
that was a
but that
pencil.
wasn't the remote. They cut. That was a pencil, or he also threw 2
that's the iron.
like what are they called?
Yeah, like
earplugs. Yeah, like the
yeah.
foam earplugs.
Nope, see, iron doesn't
Picked it all up.
Yeah, he picked it up. He literally actually found the pencil later.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
It made
I
it
just
into the
imagine-
stream.
Yeah.
'Cause I threw it in my pocket, and then when we were on stage, I was like, oh, like Gavin, show him what we're gonna do. And I had the pencil, and Gavin broke it, or he almost didn't break it, but then
He
he
tried
broke it.
really hard.
Gavin, show them how we're gonna break Funhouse with this pencil.
Yes. Oh.
Just like that.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Everyone's been asking me where is my scene in Laser Team.
Yeah.
So I went and saw the movie in the theater. Funny story, my scene got cut from the movie. Another funny story, my scene was never shot in
Right,
the
you're
movie.
not
So
in
I'm
it.
actually, I was never in the movie.
Okay.
So those of you who have been like, trying so desperately to find me in the movie, I'm not actually in the movie. Thank you for playing along though. Maybe Laser Team 2.
My favorite.
Yeah, and it's like, man, that's legit, dude. Like even like, when did you start here? Like 5 years ago?
Almost 5 years.
Yeah,
It'll
I
be
mean-
full time this year. 5 years.
Wow. So I mean, like 5 years ago, if I said, "Hey, 5 years from now, your face is going to be on the side of a building in New York City," you'd be like, "No."
I would
no."
say like maybe, but it'd be like Predator.
Most.
Watch out. It would be the side of a building, but it'd be 150 printer paper just
Yeah.
taped up the building.
Yeah, it'd be
Like,
graffiti or something.
Yeah, get this man out of our neighborhood. Sign this petition. Like that I could have seen. Definitely not in a movie.
Yeah. Well, that's cool,
awesome.
man. I'm proud.
well, yeah.
And that was the biggest thing. Like we got to the office, I sit down at the desk, and my computer screen's like back there, like like 3 feet away from me. I'm just like,
Yeah. And then you would pull the
oh,
monitor like.
yeah. I literally was like, yeah, it was one of those. If it made that sound, it would have went on for 10 seconds like that. And Jack literally said, I'm taking you to the optometrist.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're going. You have no choice. Okay? I remember like you talking about it. It was like the week after whatever I got my glasses. Like you telling someone, we were driving home from whatever, and I'm like, I can read that, and I can read that. It was like someone who just learned how to read.
Yeah, you're
I was
so
like,
proud.
oh, dude, that's 10 feet away, and I can see it.
reading road signs and shit. Like, oh, that's look at. Oh
Dude,
man.
Lindsay can see like a mile down the road.
Really?
It's crazy. She has crazy vision.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She had like, we would do a thing where, I don't remember even what Assassin's Creed it was, multiple, but one of the ones when they started like putting those little glyphs on the map,
Oh, yeah.
like the collectibles. And in the game, usually the way it works is, at least one iteration, was there's like 200 of them or whatever, and once you collect half, then you can buy a map to
Yeah.
find the other
Shows the
half.
rest.
So you really only need to find the first half, but there's so many, you can just like get them as you play. I would just be playing, and Lindsay would just go, it's over there, to the left. There's a thing to the left.
see a
And I'm
little
like,
listening
where?
thing in
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
She would just literally call them out as I was playing. Kind of like, it was almost like Let's Watch style, where it actually really worked out well, where I'm just playing the game, I'm focusing on whatever I want. And she's like, there's a thing behind you. I'm like, where? She's like, back there, 3 buildings back. I'm like, oh, fucking sweet. She got a little sad once I got half. She's like, I just went over. I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I'm not collecting them right now. I have a map. And she was like,
You see this map? That's you.
but I was the
That
map.
replaced you,
Yeah.
yes.
Good
thing
job.
was just, like,
Well, the best is
totally
like
glitched.
I had literally have an achievement. Fucking Ray, piece of shit. This is like right before I moved here. We were doing this achievement hunter,
Yeah.
the website. We were doing like an achievement hunter or like an achievement race, so you can get the most gamer score in a month. And I asked Ray, of course, an obvious resource. I'm like, what games are good? And he's like, he gave me like 50 games, you know. So I go into GameStop with this list, and I tell the women working there, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna buy a ton of really shitty games for achievements. So if you just want to like get it ready, they had like one woman
this
standing
looks
on the
shady.
computer,
Yeah.
and like another person running around. And I was just like, we're gonna be here a while, but just to give you a heads up, this is what I'm doing. And she's like, oh, that's so fun, blah blah blah. So the one game he recommends is Cars. I think it was Cars Racerama.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm playing it, and it's a game where you can use cheat codes to like boost your car's stats, but it doesn't negate achievements.
Oh, nice,
So it's
nice.
easier to like, you know, blast
Those
through
were
the
the
game.
original achievement games, or like the
Achievement
in 2000
games.
Yeah, well, in 2006 when they first opened achievements to games or whatever.
Yeah,
like those were
yeah.
the ones that like
But that was probably
they
from,
didn't
like-
know they
Yeah.
should negate.
There were 5
for-
achievements for
Yeah.
200 gamers.
Right.
score
Yeah.
apiece.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Best.
Style.
I love
Yeah.
it.
But so I'm playing the game, and it's an okay game. It's not amazing, but it wasn't terrible. I mean, it's a racing game, and it's got all the cars, characters, and shit like that. And I'm playing it, and I tried to use the cheat codes right in the beginning, and they didn't work. And I'm like, the fuck? Like Ray literally texted me them. He knew what they were, and I tried them, and they didn't work. And I don't know, for whatever reason, I just didn't look it up. I'm like, whatever. And I kept playing the game, and so I get like near the end of the game. And I beat it. I do everything. I have every single achievement in the game except for get all the achievements, which is worth 100 gamer score.
Huh.
So I'm like, fuck you. Right? And I'm telling Ray about it. And I'm like, dude, fucking, this is like, you know, a week or two after you gave me the list. And I just go, man, that Cars Racerama game, like it's glitched. I got 900 gamer score. I get everything. I didn't get it. And he goes, Racerama? No, that's glitched. I told you Mater National or whatever the fuck it was. It's like there's like another game.
with the same cheat code somehow.
No, well that's why they didn't work.
Yeah.
He thought it was the other game, and Ray's like, he's like, what'd you get Racerama? I'm like, you fucking told me to get Racerama. And he goes, oh. Yeah, no, I meant Mater National. I don't know why I said that. He's like, he went to his game shelf, he looked at the game. It was a different game.
"This one sucks,
And
don't
he
say
said
it." Yeah.
Racerama out
Yeah.
loud. And he was like, oh. Yeah, that's probably why the codes don't work. And then like, I'm like, son of a bitch. I still have 900 in that game. And it's just an
Nice.
achievement that's impossible to get.
What I learned from that is that if I ever check my ID, they're not going to let me on the plane.
Right.
I don't think I'll know any of
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
questions. They're like, what's your mother's name? I'm like, I don't know.
What's your social? What?
What?
I have one of
What?
those?
What's that?
I
What
think
is
with
this?
Jack, if only they knew, they could be like, how do you spell Patillo? All right, you're good.
Yeah. 2 T's, 2 L's. You're on.
All right.
But anyway, so meet your neighbors. Go next door, meet your neighbors. Bring over a basket
Just
of
in case
cookies.
Jack puts your ID away.
Yeah,
You might
yeah.
need
Ships
them
it
one
away,
day.
yeah.
So but it's funny. I know like all their first names and like
Yeah.
and even like next door. Like I know generally like the whole.
There's like a
neighborhood,
million
but-
first names. I'm sure most of
There
them
are a
share
lot
the
of
same.
Yeah,
last
but it's like,
name, you know.
why would you need to know your neighbor's last name? Like at no
That'd be an
point.
awesome reason to go to
In
your neighbor's
case you
house.
ship
Yeah.
off your wife's
I need to learn
ID,
your
I don't
name to
know.
prove I'm not a terrorist.
I,
That's
Like-
all you ever say to them.
Like,
They're like, no,
like,
No.
just close the door.
Goodbye.
I'm trying to think of it. I could be wrong. I think our neighbor's cat is named Samantha.
And God, does it fuck loudly.
Only because like the cat.
Because the other cat was moaning
What they
Samantha.
do? No, what they would do is like we live on the corner, and then like diagonally across from us, like we're on the right corner. Like you come down the street, and you make a right, but like the left corner house, like
Yeah.
in the indent, they have the cat, and what they do is they'll just like crack the garage like a foot, and that means like the cat is out and about, and it can come and go whenever it wants and shit like that. To the point now, like this cat comes over so much. We come home from work and the cat is waiting at our front door. And I'm just like, you don't live here, cat. There's so many days where the cat just tries to go in the house when I
Yeah.
open the door. It's jumped in our car before. Like we'll open the car to get in, to go leave in the morning. The cat jumps in. So of course Lindsay's like, yeah. I mean, it kind of works out for me because I'm like, yeah, play with that cat. We're not getting one, but play with that one.
Yeah.
There are absolutely days we come home from work, the cat's waiting there. Lindsay's talking to it, and I'm just like, fuck this. And I just go inside and I shut the door. And I don't see her for 10 minutes because she's just outside playing with our
Talking
neighbor's
to
cat. And it'll roll on its back and like show you its belly, and it's like super friendly cat. And because of all that, she like it has a collar and she knows its name.
Yeah.
Where I never even told her, and I never had the conversation, but it really solidified. I was leaving, I think it was this morning or yesterday, we were leaving for work, and my mother was talking to Lindsay about whatever, and she's like, oh, Samantha was out there. I'm like, you know the name of the cat. It's not our cat. She's going to go home and tell everybody about this cat that isn't ours. I'm like, one day the neighbor's going to come out and be like, quit fucking stealing our cat. And it's like, it just comes over here. It doesn't like you. Take it. Take it away.
Almost half the time that I show up, it's either sitting on your car.
You know exactly the cat I'm talking
Yes.
about.
And I think one time I walked to the front door, Lindsay opens it, and the cat was just sitting behind me. And I was like, I don't know what to do with this. And Lindsay goes, ooh, and she walked
Shut
out.
up, move.
Yeah, I was like,
the other thing about that
Yeah.
is like right in front of our house, there's like a sewer drain, you know, like one in the curb, and the cat loves to fucking go down there. That's like all it does. It goes down there all the time. And me, like I've never owned cats. I'm just like, cats fucking going in the sewer. And Lindsay's like, oh, they do that all the time. Cats do that shit all the time. They love those sewer
They find
drains.
Charlie down there.
They just like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like that cat will get into a fight with another cat, and then he'll run off and jump down the sewer and run around in there or whatever. And Lindsay talks about it all the time, and she's like, yeah, this cat loves the sewer. He loves it.
Smearing
And that's what I said. I'm like, it's fucking down there with like Frank and Charlie running around naked in the sewers. It's probably like fighting rats with rabies, and then it pops back up and comes to our house. And we're like, oh,
No,
see you,
don't
cat.
get outdoor
It's
cats.
like, this is why you don't let your cat outside.
No, it also
they
just-
like to run around. It's like,
just
yeah,
steps
they
all
do.
over its own feces and
Poo-poo,
piss.
pee-pee,
It's just in a
all that.
box. And it's
It
just
loves
like,
it.
oh, I love it. Kicks it around, like, then it jumps all over your face.
And the cat's kind of a dick. It usually kind of like fucks up this other cat in the neighborhood. There's like a white cat that's like further. She literally knows each house and where the
Yeah.
cats live. Well, she'll come home and she'll be like, your house is 2 blocks that way. What
are you doing over
here?
there? You don't show up until about 5:45.
We need those questions answered. Done. Who
Solid.
owns the cat?
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah. God, just-
Gilby or Adam showed up at your house with a dog.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah,
I found a dog.
Just made
Yeah.
this one of those big ones, and
It
he's
was like
just
New Year's Eve, and he just had a dog.
rolled up on New Year's Eve. Like,
Happy New Year's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about the last off topic.
I sent him a message too because I walk around our neighborhood a lot and walk by a sign and there was a poster on the sign of a dog that looked just like that dog, and I was like, Adam, is this the? I took a picture and sent it to him. I was like, is this the dog you brought over on New Year's Eve? Did you ever do this? And he went, no, the dog we found looked way stupider than that. I was like, all right.
Yeah, that was my favorite, where he found a dog and just left it at my house and then left.
He did. He put it in the yard and left.
Yeah, I was like,
Maybe
what
it's
the
just
hell,
like a
man?
You're
smart
here now.
photo.
But anyway, I took it to animal
it was
control.
probably a flattering photo.
Yeah, animal control.
you
And like
want it.
Miles even got a dog, and like he had the dog
Yeah.
with him the whole time. Did he ever take it to animal control? Like, because
Yeah,
people
I
search those.
think
he did.
He did?
He had a
Okay,
whole
good.
tweet,
Yeah,
a
he got rid
tweeting
of it.
adventure.
It was
yeah.
like a week-long adventure of should
Yeah.
I keep this dog or not?
Okay.
And then common sense struck him.
Well, 'cause
and he was
what-
like, I can't take care of a dog.
Well, it's what they Dude, did I ever tell you about the time where our security alarm in our old office got tripped, and I showed up and there was a cop there with a gun out?
No, maybe.
Yeah,
You told me
so-
in the old
Crickets!
office.
He's like, empty office. He's just
No, so
Podcaster.
so when at our old office, like down south, I was the closest house to the office, and so the way security goes, when the alarm got tripped, it would call Matt and then or Bernie and then Matt and then me, just because I was physically closer than anyone else. And so I got a call one morning, and it was like Sunday afternoon or something like that. And they're like, "Hey, the alarm's going off. No, police have been notified. You should go check it out." I'm like, "All right." So I drove up there. And usually it's just like there's a cop parked in front or whatever, and I like give him the tour of the building. I'm like, someone probably didn't shut the door right. But this time there's a police cruiser, and our gate was broken, so there's a police cruiser inside with the
As
door
always.
open, no cop to be seen, and the side door was open. And I was like, oh shit, that's weird because there's never that door. And so I sent an email out. It's like, hey, did someone like trip the alarm in the office, and has no one responded? And I'm sitting there like, I am not going in that
Right,
building.
you didn't go
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there.
fuck that.
Yeah, so I'm like, I will sit out here, and then finally I got an email from someone working with us. It's like, oh yeah, I tripped it by accident. I'm like, oh goddamn, all right. So I opened the front door, I unlocked it, opened the front door, and I'm like, I work here, please do not shoot me. And I walked to the back, and the police officer had his gun out at his hip, because our back office had opened up to this big warehouse where animation
studio.
was. The studio, and the problem was all the studio had like these I guess what do they call them,
Partitions
like
or
Chinese
something?
screens, I think is what they call them.
like those screens.
Yeah, and so they're like these screens, and he's like, I wasn't gonna walk back there in case there was someone back there. I was like, holy shit. It was the first time ever I was like actually kind of nervous walking in that building. And
Right.
so eventually like I had to walk him through the building and I showed him every little nook and cranny and then of course gave him like loads of DVDs and stuff. Because we worked right down the street.
Forget what you've seen.
Yeah, we were on the same block.
Yeah, we
as the
worked
police
literally
station.
down the street as the police station. And so like they would drive past and didn't know what we were. And I'm like, oh, this is what we do, and really explain it to them. And then so the police officer leaves, and then I check all the doors. I'm like, I'll go check the annex, which was like the other building we had.
Right.
And the guy who tripped the alarm was sitting at the annex. He was just sitting there, and I was
Watching.
like, did you not see the cop over there? And he's like, oh, sorry
Yeah,
about that.
generally you wait.
Yeah, and I was
you're
just like,
hey, sorry, false alarm.
yeah, because like
it
the
was
alarm,
me.
the alarm
Yeah,
makes a
go
loud
back.
fucking
Yeah.
noise when it goes off. And he's like, oh yeah, sorry. And I was like,
Yeah.
the fuck were you thinking?
Well, it's loud, so
I've
I
dealt
just
with
left.
that a
Yeah.
bunch, like working in people's homes. Like
Yeah.
sometimes they give us the wrong code, or it's like a mistype, or whatever,
Yeah.
and the alarm goes off. Like literally 101, especially when you're a contractor, you literally go outside and you sit on the front steps.
Yeah, yeah.
And you wait there.
Yeah.
A cop generally doesn't roll up like, freeze! And
Yeah.
point his gun at you when you're like, hello, and
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
waiting
I'm
on the
here,
front
yeah.
steps with a tool belt on. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, we're working, blah,
But
blah,
that
blah.
being said, if the front door was open and the alarm was going off, that cop's gonna be nervous. as
Right, that's what I'm
hell.
saying.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the whole point. It's
Yeah.
like
It makes sense,
it's
like-
both for you
He left the-
and for the cop. Like, so he
Yeah.
doesn't come
That
in like
makes
guns
sense.
blazing because they have no idea. The alarm
Yeah.
went off. You as an employee know, hey, like you might even have to explain to the cop, like, convince him you work there.
Yeah, yeah,
But if
yeah.
you're just like, hey, yeah, nobody broke in, nobody's gonna jump out and try and stab you.
Yeah,
the cop's
yeah.
not gonna be running around with his gun out.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. And then to some extent, especially in New Jersey, it's like, all right, well, thank God you showed up. I feel like there should have been more research on your part. There were times where we were working in people's houses and the alarm goes off, and my boss is like, all right, just go outside, wait for the cops, come find me when they, talk to them, and they'll come talk to me, blah, 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 blah. Cops show up, and they're like, alarm go off? I'm like, oh yeah, we're electricians, we're just working on the house, the homeowner's gone, so, this is his name, blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, all right.
And then just
Bye,
leave.
and then just leave. Like I've had that happen like 5 times. They
Leaves
literally don't
way
even
too soon.
don't even
Yeah.
come
That's
in the
the
house.
best robbery
Don't
tool
even
you can
come
have.
in the
Yeah.
house. Yeah, and it's like, see you.
Yeah.
I was
Jesus.
like, I feel like that guy should have checked the house. Just
Yeah.
saying.
But yeah, anyway, 9. So we're up to 14 now. So 5 years ago. So 2011. There we go. We did the math.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Someone
So
did that.
2011, we were there for 3 years.
I know.
and then
I
2013,
missed
we
the
moved
moving
here.
in, but I still feel like I was there for most of that building.
Yeah. Ooh, nice.
I got a tip for just sitting here.
Tip your bartender.
Yeah.
Pay for the beer.
Oh, I'm not gonna pay for it. Maybe I can contribute this towards like the swear jar. They should
Yeah.
cover 10% of this episode.
Oh,
maybe.
Jesus Christ.
I don't even know what it's at.
I thought you
can
were
spend
going
$1 right
clean.
now.
Like I was like, I wonder if Michael's cursing, and then all of a sudden you're like, fucking.
Yeah,
fuck
no,
him.
I
All
decided
right.
not to.
Yeah.
Not this
Jack,
time.
you just added to your jar.
That's
Yeah,
all right.
that's all
My
right.
jar of
He didn't say cunt.
That's
True.
That's
Wait,
$1.
cunt.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boom. Throw in the jar. We gotta get the official one. We gotta put it over here.
That was a
somewhere.
waste. You could have had 10 fucks.
That's true. But
How many
you know,
dicks is that? That's like 100
That's a
dicks.
shit ton of dicks.
20
Taken out of
dicks.
context.
Oh wait, what I just
I
said is
think-
75 cents.
A dick is what,
Shit ton of
25
dicks.
cents? It's 20 dicks.
Okay, 20
Right?
dicks.
Does
All
that
right.
make sense?
The person who
25?
keeps track of this is losing their mind
Yeah,
right
like,
now.
oh,
Like,
God.
oh, fuck.
We're going
25.
back. Oh God.
25. Well, that was actually funny too, because somebody asked. It's also 20. I keep going back and forth. Somebody was like, "How many times do you watch the episode?" And they're like, "Just once." They just really pay
That's
attention.
impressive,
They also
yeah.
said what they do is this is talking
As
about
they're
the person
watching,
that makes
they
the
got a
swear jar.
tally mark?
Well, no, they said they have graphs ready, and he just fills them in. And he said like he's got like 2 bars that are just fuck, and every time I say fuck, he checks it off.
Yeah.
But he said every week he has to add extra bars for me because it's like I just blast through the ones. Yeah,
good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys who tries not to say cunt in videos.
That's
right?
your second time.
But then during the Battlefront video, there was one that came out recently. It was Heroes versus Villains.
Okay.
And like we killed the world
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
it. Right.
Was that
Like,
was that when we ended on Heroes vs.
Yeah, it was
Villains?
the
We did the
droids
droid
versus-
one.
yeah,
droid
one, right. It was
we
that
did like
video.
5-1.
I was so into it that the end of the video was just Leia left. Remember that? And it was you, me, and Jeff running towards her. And we were running
just
behind her.
screams cunt.
I literally just went, "Hey, you cunt!" cunt! Just like took her out. I was like, why did you do that?
Where did that come from?
He's just like, I don't know. I just got so excited.
Peer
What's going
pressure,
on?
Jeremy.
I was trying to startle her.
Same reason.
It's like,
Same reason. This is like a great moment to watch his face decide when we peer pressured Jeremy into eating that burger.
Oh my
yesterday.
god.
Because we were filming a bunch, we didn't have time for lunch, and I think Jack was like, "Let's just order food." So we ordered In-N-Out, and we had a bunch of burgers delivered, and I think it was just maybe it was before the food got here. We were talking about ordering.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Because I was like,
order.
Jeff, what do you want? He's like, I want a double level. Ryan, what do you want? A double level. Okay, I'm getting a double
And
level.
I watched
And I'm
Jeremy
like, Jeremy,
eat
do
his
you
lunch
want? I'm like,
already.
Jeremy,
I had
do
a
you want
sandwich,
anything?
yeah.
And he's like, oh no, I've already eaten. And I was like, all right, cool.
I looked at Jeremy. I was like, it's
You did
really,
not say, all right, cool.
Well, I was like, I moved on. I
we
moved on.
were all kind of like, but it's really good. And Jeremy was just like,
Michael goes, and it's free.
that's also what I said. I was
That
like,
was the
Jeremy,
kicker.
free.
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, give me a double.
And everyone in the room went,
With fries.
I was like,
So-
fuck. I told Kat later, I was like, because she was like getting dinner planned, and me and her have been on like a really big diet recently, and this isn't helping, but like, so
We're ruining you, yeah.
she was like, all right, what do you want for dinner? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, I don't really want too much. I had a big lunch. She's like, really? What'd you have for lunch? And stuff like that. And I just went, I just said, they broke me. I said no.
We did it.
He said no. We were like, unacceptable.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah, no, that's not the correct
You
answer.
will eat.
In this case,
I avoided the kolaches this morning, but
those kolaches is so
it's
good.
not easy.
Ryan and I were doing some audio this morning, just like audio pickups. So I knew he wasn't in the office, and I asked Jeremy when I came in, "Is Ryan here? Like, did he not come in yet, or is he over at stage 5?" And then he was like, "No, he's here. He came in." So I took a paper towel and I wrapped one kolache in a paper towel, and I went over to the sound booth, and like Ryan was there, and we're chit chatting, and like we were talking to the audio technicians and stuff. And Ryan sitting to my right, I'm talking to them, I'm like, "Yeah, da 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 da," and I just go like this and put it in front of him, and he was like, "Oh my god," like shoved it in his mouth immediately.
I had like a week or two where he just would always take a packet of Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, because we had a lot of leftover Halloween
Yeah, yeah,
candy,
yeah.
is what it was. So I
Just
noticed
set the bucket.
Ryan fiending on it nonstop.
Yeah,
and then
it's like a squirrel is going at it
he
every
made
day.
the declaration one day, like, "I'm done, so
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it." I ate it all. So then I went over to Jeff's house, and Jeff had shitloads of Halloween candy, and they're like, "We don't want it. We keep eating it. Take it home. Take it home." I took it home, put it right in my backpack, brought it right to work, refilled that bowl, and then I was even putting some pieces on his desk. It's in the middle of one video. I think it's presenting with comment, where he's like, "I'm not eating this out of protest," and then he gets a question wrong. He's like, "Well, I'm gonna eat this as punishment."
Yeah, something like that.
He can't
ET,
stop.
Like he just
He can't stop, man.
It sounds so nice. Like every time I see Matt walk in with his lunch,
Oh yeah.
oh my god,
God.
damn, like,
Half
I
dozen
don't
donuts.
want it. He had like a cookie pizza the other day.
Matt's lunch, like, it would be surprising to
His
me.
food categories are cookies, donuts, and
Sugar.
bread.
probably. Yeah.
Just bread overall.
Oh yeah, it's like
Matt-
a pack of croissants.
Matt's lunch consists of, like, he could literally drizzle chocolate on anything he eats for lunch.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't be out of place to have chocolate syrup on his lunch.
Yeah.
It's like anytime he comes in with a bag, it's like dripping and just like, yeah, but it was $1. You know? Like, I got 6 donuts for $1.50.
Or
Oh,
it'll be like, you know, he'll get like McDonald's or something one day, and then the next day I'll be walking down the hallway and I'll see him come in and he's holding a big bag of Burger King or whatever, and I'll look at him and go like this, and he goes, "I don't want to talk about it." And he'll go into the office.
He just like goes like this and just walks by. I mean, he was like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I know. You know, I look at my dad and my grandpa, and I know that I'm going to be
Are they
severely
chubs?
obese." He was like, "I know I'm going to be way obese.
I don't know, I
and
know his dad. His
I'm going
dad's
to die
not
young.
too chubs, yeah.
I'm going to die young." I'm like,
Jesus.
Matt,
Like,
you are self-aware.
fix it.
But all that shit's like, I'm gonna die
But
young.
65 cents a donut.
I'm gonna die young on
true.
like McDonald's cheeseburgers and
Yeah.
Burger King. Like die young on like, you know, mountains of cocaine. You know? Or like fucking
Skydiving.
Kobe beef
Yeah.
or something. It's like, it's worth it for this last Burger King fry. To
You
like
know?
watch people crumble against their conviction is just fun.
Every time
I have nothing to do with it. It's like,
Old office, my favorite thing was that like Trevor was right over there and Matt was next to me. So that like one day I literally said to Matt, I was like online and I went, "Oh Matt, do you know Burger King has a triple Whopper?"
He goes,
Yeah, it's like
"What?"
this." And he goes, he literally went, "What?" and stood up and left. And I
party. Actually, for my brother-in-law's bachelor party, we got 1,000 chicken nuggets, and it was $400 for 1,000 chicken nuggets. That's it, which seems like. And so we had to go in early and give them $200, and then like on the day it was like came up and they gave us like it was buckets of 50, and they gave us,
Buckets of 50.
dude, it was
20
nuts.
buckets
They gave us
of
20 buckets of 50.
Oh, that's
and then
incredible.
we took them all and we dumped them into this big tray, and there's a photo of me like over them. And that
Yeah,
photo
yeah,
has
I
ended
know
up
that
on
photo.
Tumblr and like
I
spread
think
like
you're wearing
wildfire.
a green shirt.
Yeah, like a button-up shirt.
You're like this.
Yeah.
I've seen that
It's like
photo
over
many
it.
times.
You're doing that thing.
And it's like that photo pops up, and like all the time people are like, "Is this you?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's from
that's me.
years and years ago."
I was
And,
really hungry.
That's
It's
like
weird.
100 whole chickens in a grinder to make that.
And I
much
think
chicken
the
nuggets.
fun-
Just the
Find
chicken,
demand,
but
Jeremy.
the excess bits.
the funny
of
thing
the
is, I
chicken.
think we ate between like the 10 or 15 of us there. We ate maybe 20 nuggets. There we go. There's the photo.
There it
And
is.
so-
Oh, no, it's not a
Yeah.
green shirt. I
Yeah.
was wrong. It's a plaid shirt.
And
That is
so-
a lot of nuggets. You are a young man there, Jack.
Yeah, that was when I was healthy.
then
And
you ate the
in front of
nuggets.
nuggets.
yeah.
And so we ended up like between all of us eating maybe 20 of them or so. And so we were like, what are we gonna do with all these nuggets? And my dad drove a limousine. Like he did part-time, he drove a limousine for like his boss. And so we called him and he picked us up, and then we drove around Austin just giving nuggets to homeless people. All just like drunk off our ass, hanging out the windows, delivering nuggets to homeless people.
He's like the Johnny Appleseed of
yeah.
chicken nuggets.
And then,
just chucking chicken
Yeah.
nuggets as hard as you can.
and
at
then
homeless
like we
people.
pull up next to cars.
Take that, you. No, really, it's for you.
No,
Eat it.
seriously, catch this.
It's like we pull up next to cars and like we'd roll down the window and they'd roll down their window. Yeah, there you go.
There you go,
And
yeah.
it's like, hey, do you guys want some nuggets? And they're like, what? And we start throwing nuggets in their cars. We're just drunk assholes
You know, egg
driving around with
houses, you
1,000
chicken
chicken
nugget
In a
nuggets
houses.
fucking limo.
in a limo.
We it was like one of the earlier trips to LA, like right around when like Funhouse, became a thing and joined Rooster Teeth. I was there, I can't remember who I was over there with, at least Jeff. Maybe it was just me and Jeff. Maybe it was when Jeff and I visited their office. And it was like me, Jeff, Bruce, and maybe Adam in one car, and Joel Lawrence and whoever else was in the other car. And I can't remember whose car it was. I want to say it was Joel got a new car or something like that. And we pull up to a red light, and whoever, I think it was Lawrence, was in the passenger seat. He rolls down the window. He was like rifling through Joel's glove compartment, and he comes out with like a disc, and it was some sort of like thing for his car. Like it was like, I don't know what the hell was on the disc.
manual or
It was like a
something.
manual, but it was like a CD for the car. And he throws it through the window into our car, and Joel's kind of like, all right, give it back. Da, 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 da. Bruce takes it, leans out the window, cracks it, breaks it like demo disc, leaves it on the road, and then we drive off. And as we're leaving, like we couldn't tell if Joel was really mad or not, and Bruce and Adam were like gauging his anger. Now separately, we're driving in the car, and he was like, Jeff's like, I think he was actually pissed off you broke his disc, and he's like, no, he's not mad about that. If anything, he'll probably be a little mad that we littered. He'll say something like that, like, I don't even care about the disc guys, but you littered. That was too much. And da-da-da-da. And we laughed about it and have a conversation. We meet up at the place. We were going to lunch. We meet up at the place. We get there. We all sit down, and then we start talking about it. And Joel's like, I'm not even that mad. It's just, you guys didn't have to litter. And we're like, oh, it was like a perfect moment. It's like we do that shit all the time in Achievement Hunter. And it was just
Yeah.
like, at the moment, Jeff and I was just like, yeah, this is going to work out. This will be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
I fucking hate them all.
Yeah.
But that aside, it's going to work out fine,
Yeah.
content-wise.
I mean, they're good, but they're like, if we're here, they're always like here,
Right. I
you
hope
know?
they die and burn in hell. But
Yeah.
while they're alive, they make some funny content. and
yeah.
I enjoy working with
That
them.
is true.
Contractually, because I'm obligated to do so and say that.
And to make the 5 videos a week, it's really tough on them.
I love them.
Thank you.